Justice League 13, written by Jeff Johns, art by Tony S. Daniels. Last issue we left off with Superman and Wonder Woman making out. And this issue we pick up with Superman and Wonder Woman making out. So they break the kiss, and Superman's like, Diana, and then Wonder Woman's like, I gotta go. And she just flies off. And then Superman's like, oh, okay. Yeah. So then 5 days pass, and we're in Central Park, and Wonder Woman is fighting against Cheetah. And Wonder Woman's like, Barbara, please let me save you. And Cheetah's like, save me? I'm part animal, and I'm super strong and fast. Humanity sucks. I'm going to keep being a cheetah. And she basically says, like, I give in all my instincts. Use your lasso of truth on real people and ask them what their deepest, darkest desire is, and you'd be surprised about how bad humanity really is. I'm the only one who's embracing it. So at this point, she comes up and she slashes Wonder Woman somewhere on her, like her shoulder or neck or whatever. And she passes out. Wonder Woman just passes out. And when she comes to, it's Cyborg and Flash who find her. And she's like, where's Cheetah? I can't fail her again. So then we have Batman and Aquaman who break into, I believe, the Pentagon in order to talk to Steve Trevor, basically get the backstory on Cheetah. Meanwhile, Superman, Flash, and Cyborg are all getting the backstory on Cheetah from Wonder Woman. And basically they say her name is Barbara Ann. She worked at Smithsonian. One day it got broken into. Wonder Woman was there to save the day. And then they became super best buddies. And then because she was so close to Wonder Woman, she was put in charge of Argus's Black Room, where she saw all sort of crazy magic stuffs. Until one day she was dealing with a ritual dagger. It cut her, and she became the cheetah. And so Diana blames herself because she wouldn't have been in that position if it wasn't for her. So yeah, she's trying to save Barbara from whatever. So then Superman hears all this, and he's like, well, we can help. And Wonder Woman's like, hey, don't worry about it. This is my problem, not your Justice League problem, so no big deal. And Superman's like, hey, Cyborg and Flash, could you give us a room? And they're like, okay. That's weird, but yeah. So they just go outside, and Superman's like, hey, look, let us help you find your friend. And she's like, I don't get involved when Lex Luthor's causing problems. And he's like, yeah, because we don't, that's not a thing. Look, we know you don't need our help. We want to help you. And she's just like, look, is this because of the kiss? And he's like, no, it's not. It's because we're good friends. But it was a very nice kiss. And she's like, yeah, it was. So then we go to Cyborg and Flash. We're standing outside the room, and basically Flash is like, is the league kind of falling apart right now? Because Batman and Aquaman are arguing about who's leading. Superman and Wonder Woman are apparently having something on the other side of the door. Green Lantern just quit and then died. So I don't know, there's a lot going on. And Cyborg's like, I hope not, because I literally have nothing else in my life besides that. And Flash is like, you sleep up here? What do you do when we're not here? And he's like, watch some movies, read some books, sort through all of the data on the internet, the usual. And then he goes into his whole thing of how he thinks he might just be a machine that believes he's Victor Stone rather than Victor Stone with machine parts. And Flash is like, dude, like, no. Machines don't laugh at jokes. Machines don't, like, care about other people. Have you ever wanted to make love to a toaster? No, I rest my case. So at that point, Cyborg's like, you're a pretty funny guy, Flash. And he's like, call me Barry. Anyway, what's going on in that room with Superman, Wonder Woman? And we see inside the room, basically they're like, yeah, okay, look, we'll help you find Cheetah. But it's apparently in order to find how to cure Cheetah, they need to find the tribe that the ritual dagger came from. And at that point, Superman calls back to Cyborg, and Cyborg's like, yeah, I'm already on it. I'm cross-referencing, yada, yada, boom, boom. And we can scour the area to find this tribe. And we cut back down to Aquaman and Batman, who are talking to Steve. And Steve's like, all right. Or they're like, all right, Steve, thank you for the information. Steve's like, do you think maybe I could talk to Diana? I didn't quite like where we left each other last time. And Aquaman's like, yeah, we'll pass on the message. Bye. So he just leaves. So then Batman does actually pass on the message and says, like, hey, Steve's kind of unhappy being shut out like this. And she's just like, I'm not going to put him in danger anymore. Moving on. So they go out to the jungle. Flash is doing recon in this whole area. And he's like, I can't find them. They're not. I don't know what else to do. Maybe they're underground. And at that point, Superman hears something. And Cyborg picks it up as well. There's some sort of chanting across this waterfall. And Batman's like, and there's something behind us as well. And before he can even react, Cheetah's there. And she slashes at Batman, slashes at Flash, jumps over Cyborg, and makes her way to Superman. And as she approaches Superman, she bites him into his neck. And because he is technically weak to magic, it goes through. And when Wonder Woman finally manages to catch up and gets up to Superman, he's now a cheetah. Like, he's just a full cheetah guy. Yep, it's passed on by bite. Cheetah has never bitten anybody before. Alright, so it's good. I mean, it's written, it's a perfectly fine issue. It's written well. Art is great throughout. I don't have any real issue with it. It introduces Cheetah as this character, and because of the overarching thing going on in Wonder Woman's comic, which is more God-focused, it makes sense that we're getting Cheetah here, because it didn't really seem like we were going to be getting it in Wonder Woman's story. So I'm okay with it showing up here, getting the backstory as well there. I don't have a reason to care about Steve Trevor yet. I know that they've really been pushing him, like, all throughout the last arc, and then also here now, but, like, he's only ever just been the message guy. He's only ever been, like, the liaison. I don't care about him yet. I want to, especially if they're going to keep pushing him, but, like, that whole thing with, like, it's almost feeling like they're trying to just push this little romance, like, love triangle thing now. And I'm not sure if I like it. It just doesn't feel quite earned yet. It could get there. I'm not saying it can't, but it's not quite there yet. So overall, again, fine issue. Art's fantastic. Tony S. Daniel does a great job throughout. I'd say my only real critique is that the Flash Cyborg page feels just a bit more rushed than the other pages. It just feels a bit more flat, but maybe that's just because it's all in just one hallway and, like, none of the characters move. I don't know. Could just be me. But beyond that, perfectly fine issue. I'm going to go ahead and give this one I'm going to give it a 7, but that's mainly out of comparison to other Justice League comics. I think this doesn't quite stand up to the other, what we've gotten. If I was to be objective, it'd probably be a little bit higher, because this is better than a lot of other comics. But compared to other Justice League ones, it's only a 7. So we'll see how long the Cheetah thing takes. I imagine not very long at all.